Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Tobias Forst, founder of ACHILLES, and the topic of today's video is, do you really know her? So the premise of this video is that you, dear gentlemen, and those ladies among you who date women, find out very early in the dating process if it is a case that you might be dating a female narcissist. So it will save you a lot of trouble if you do, and if you sort out the healthy people from the unhealthy ones. And there are certain narcissistic patterns by female narcissists displayed during what is commonly known as the love bombing phase. Simulated vulnerability. So you might hear stories as to why certain things make her sad, how her father is treating her and this is hurting her in some way, how there might be an ex-boyfriend in the picture who still allegedly, you will probably never find out if it's true or not, is still in the picture in the form of a stalkerish behavior, so to speak. Another aspect would be she requires your rescue. Oh dear Sir Knight. Or dear Brienne of Tarth, to save her. She props you up as the most special man she has ever met. You are vibing. Your connection is beyond this world. You are her soulmate. Ever heard this before? During week 4 of the dating phase? Early sexual exclusivity and dating exclusively, sometimes even before the two of you have had intercourse. This has its root in the lack of self-esteem by female narcissists, as is it's the same with male narcissists, the self-esteem issue. But there comes into play very early the biggest weapon that they have, which is the sexuality to use against you. So be very careful with that. Why would either of you limit themselves during the dating process when each of you are vetting different people as to who is the most suitable for the role of boyfriend, girlfriend in your lives? So be careful with that. She tries very hard to fulfill any and every sexual desire you might have. You might not be Christian Grey, but she will certainly offer that role to you. She imitates your interests very early on, from the get-go. Are you into martial arts? She will be into martial arts. Are you into cooking? Excuse me. She will all of a sudden be very interested in making delicious meals. Are you into cats? She will be into cats. What else? Her eyes will be intense. They will be staring at you. It will be as if you were under surveillance, which you are, because you will be cartographed, if that's the proper English term. Everything about you, how you react, how you behave, how you sit, how your intonation works, your choice of words, everything. It will be minutely detailed and saved in the female narcissist's brain, and there will be a static picture of who you are made and kept to later on compare the real you to that picture from the beginning. And given the fact that you are a normal, healthy man or woman dating women, and because life is life and life entails change, you will of course, in some way or another, over time deviate from that picture, which will lead to different problems and to during the devaluation and the discard phase. Topics for another video. But rest assured that you will be mentally photographed in the most minute detail about you. The phone. The The phone is for setting dates. Gentlemen, the phone is for setting dates. The phone is not a place, an arena where you get to know each other. Facilitate contact, yes. Exchange a few sentences, a few words, maybe the occasional picture, yes, sure. But being on the phone, and the female narcissist will try to keep you there as often and as long as possible. Sometimes, and I'm not kidding you, hours a day, every day. Why? Glad you asked. Because when you're on the phone with her, you're not engaging with other people. Especially other women. You're not engaging in building something for yourself, which is also something that is not in the interest of the female narcissist. Extreme jealousy, very early on. That's where the early demand for sexual exclusivity comes from, or comes into play as well. Extreme jealousy. Let's invent a normal woman, Jessica, who's your colleague. And she must be in love with you, still, or anew, or whichever. I don't like her. Why do you spend time with her? Because she's at your workplace. Period. But that doesn't matter to the female narcissist. That Jessica is a problem for her. So are your close male friends. Because you offering your narcissistic dating prospect, and maybe at some point girlfriend, I hope not, you're offering her narcissistic supply. So every other person, male or female, that you give your attention and validation and everything else to, diminishes the narcissistic supply to her. So isolating you is key for her to extract what she needs to live on, which is narcissistic supply from you. Over-the-top friendliness and acts of service. I really hate Valentine's Day. And there's present 1 and present 2 and present 3 and time and whatever. It's just so, you're getting so overwhelmed with sometimes acts of service. There's a mail order you haven't ordered, but she sends you some stuff for cooking, or I don't know, a book that you talked about, an author that you like, and he or she has published a new book, and you're getting this without any special occasion or prior exchange about this with her. She will do whatever she can to bombard you with positive impressions so that you fail to perceive the huge amount of red flags all around you. Lying to gaslight and to isolate you. In the same corner as the Jessica example before that. Be careful when you hear sentences like, I don't think your friends like me very much. Bruh, there might be a reason for that. And the reason might be her. And the reason might also be that you are of value to those people trying to warn you of what she is, and you might actually be in the process of failing to understand. So all that taken into consideration, you say, thanks coach, I'm out. I'll never gonna date a narcissistic woman again in my life. Great. I really from the bottom of my heart hope so, because that makes my job unnecessary. But there are certain things that are with which you are in your own way. So what are those? Or what can those be on a very individual, particular basis? You might not have the biggest self-esteem. That's fine, that can be worked out, but it poses a problem. The problem is that someone else props you up and you have the impression, finally someone sees me. That woman sees me. She does see you, but not for who you are, but what you can be to her. and that's just lunch. What else is in your way? Your protector instinct. Oh, aren't we keen to live out our biological drive to be the protector for the woman in our lives? This is a feature, not a bug. It can be very detrimental when the narcissistic woman in your life plays the victim card and you think that you can save her, you have to save her, and you must save her, and you are capable of doing so. None of this, gentlemen, none of this is the case. This is not something that you can help a narcissist with. They are what they are. It is untreatable. It can be alleviated only with constant psychotherapy, not coaching, nothing else, constant psychotherapy, but that requires to take responsibility. And what does the narcissist, regardless of gender, not like to do? It is to take responsibility. And that protector instinct is also something why you might not, or you might tend to not believe the friends who try to warn you about who she actually is, what she actually is. What else is in your way? Your possible lack of purpose and mission in your life. This is the biggest one. This is the major aspect with which I enabled myself to get out of most narcissistic relationships in every and any context in my life some time ago. To find a mission and a purpose and to stick by it, because the mission and the purpose are more important than me, and they are certainly more important than her. Because if you're on your purpose, if you've got shit to do, you do not have time to spend 4 hours plus a day on the phone chatting her up and fulfilling her self-esteem lacking requirements, or getting to know one another on the phone. Good God. What else is in your way? Plain and simple, your male sexuality. We're programmed to be ready whenever, wherever, at any time, at any space in time and space and point in time. So that is where what she's offering comes into play. Basically trying to fulfill you every wish you might or might not have. And it seems incredible at first, until you realize that, strangely enough, it's just a series of one-night stands with the same person, and the connection doesn't increase. To judge that is the most difficult, because to judge that appropriately and see it for what it is, and certainly to see it for what it is not, it requires you to have experience, gentlemen. And I know this is tough because there's so much going on for that hinders us from approaching women in a respectful and polite manner, approach them at all. Because we've been programmed to have indoctrinated, to be more precise, to have that fear of rejection. So let's say you're, 35 and you've been intimate with 5 women. This is really bad when a narcissistic woman comes into your life, because she knows how to give you the experience of a lifetime, because you simply don't have experience and you haven't met enough healthy women and had gathered your experience. And the funny thing is that studies show that the amount of intimate partners for you as a man has no negative impact on your ability to parabond in the future. It is very different with women. Also in both cases a feature, not a bug. But please, gentlemen, get your experience, so in order for you to be capable of judging adequately what that woman is and what she's not. And she's not healthy. And believe me, you want a healthy woman if you want one. Last but not least, regarding what's in your way, it's feminism. Feminism has been lying to women, it has been lying to men. And the lie that we so carefully absorbed is: men, share your feelings. You shouldn't be a cold fish for 10 years of the relationship. Of course, you shouldn't be a pillar of stone. But try once, at your own peril, to share whatever hurts you and makes you sad within the first 4 weeks. Because a normal woman might think, why I'd like stability, emotional stability in a man. Why is he vomiting all his also negative feelings on the table when we're having a romantic date and something where I'm supposed to be able to feel at ease with him? A narcissistic woman might think, oh great, here's all the information I need for your user manual. So if I push button A, he's sad. If I push button B, he gets hurt, and so on and so forth. So be very careful with overindulging in sharing your feelings. Do share your feelings, yes, over time. Over time where you yourself take the time to properly vet the woman that you're dating. So ask yourself, are you lunch? Are you a food source? Thinking back to the third Lord of the Rings movie, did Frodo smile and chant encouragingly when he was ensnared by the great spider Shelob and told her, you missed a spot? Do you want to lose what's left of your purpose? Because you will. Are you okay with becoming a shadow of yourself? Not knowing your reality anymore? Your reality being defined by the manipulations and psychological abuse of the narcissistic woman in your life? Listen to your body, as I've recommended to the ladies. Listen to your body. Over time in dealing with a narcissistic woman, are you getting rashes? Are you getting itches? Are the red dots coming up again? At night, at 2 a.m, do you get up, go into the kitchen and get a serrated knife and carefully, just not to cut yourself, but to scratch your back where the itch is coming up again, so that you have some hours of peace during sleep, if you can find it? Does your throat or your stomach tighten when there's one at the table again? So what do you do? What do you do, gentlemen, and the ladies among you who date women? If you are in a situation where you're in fact dating a female narcissist, leave. Get the hell out. These women, narcissistic women, like the narcissistic men, are artificial intelligences, AIs, without an update. They do not get a second chance, and I'm hoping from the bottom of my heart that this video will in some shape or form contribute to you not even giving them a first chance. Because what this is about and what's at stake here is nothing short of your life. And once you're at the bottom, it's easy to call it quits. And it's a shit ton of work to get up and out. Block contacts. This was weird for me the first time. It really was. Nothing has been going on over the past few weeks, and I'm supposed to block this person. Yes. And her cousin. And her best friend. And the colleague who enables her. Cut the ties. Because over time, when at first she fake treats you like a king, and you start treating her like a goddess, you will just be the slave. So gentlemen, despite the kumbaya messaging out there, be judgmental. Be judgmental. Have the standards of what goes and does not go to be with you in a relationship. We can really be stupid when a woman knows how to handle a joystick. So be very careful with that. It's your life. Feel free to enjoy it for a time, knowing what she is. But be ready to leave and willing to do so. Do not get lulled into that false sense of emotional security, because it is fake. And over time it has the potential and the likelihood to destroy you. Last but not least, as to what you should do, gain experience with women and learn to overcome your fear of rejection. If you need help, especially with overcoming the fear of rejection and approaching women, hit me up on achilles-lifecoaching.com and I can help you. So I hope this video helps you. Female narcissists cannot contribute value to your life long term. Their biggest and only weapon is the sexuality. And it fades over time, and when the wrinkles start to increase and gravity is winning the war, a normal woman doesn't have a problem with that, because she contributes value to her surroundings, including you, and to everyone else she interacts with. But a narcissistic woman simply cannot, because her blades get dull. And she will put in even more effort to keep you on the hook when you're horizontal again. So last but not least, don't be her food source. Let her starve on her own. Be your own hero, gentlemen, and be your own heroine, ladies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.